Holidays Limited Q1FY25 results conference call hosted by ICICI Securities. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Adhidev Chattopadhyay. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of ICICI Securities, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Wonderla Q1FY25 results call today. From the management, we have with us, as always, Mr. Arun Chittilapilli, the Managing Director, and Mr. Saji K. Lewis, the Chief Financial Officer. I would now like to hand over the call to the management for their opening comments. Over to you. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Arun Chittilapilli, Managing Director of Wonderla Holidays. I warmly welcome all of you to discuss our Q1 FY25 earnings. I'm accompanied by our CFO, Saji, and our CEO, Dheeran. I hope everyone has had a chance to go through the results and investor presentation. As we embark on a new financial year, as we embark on this result earnings call, I would like to recall the previous year, which began with a strong start, maintaining our growth momentum established by the company in recent years. We found it difficult to grow on top of that because of external factors. For the quarter, our revenue from operations amounted to 172.9 crores, representing a 6% decrease. The quarter also saw the decline in our footfall numbers, which stood at 10.02 lakhs, a decrease of 9%. Footfalls for the quarter were mainly affected by an unprecedented heat wave, water shortages, and disruptions related to election activities, especially in our key markets like Bangalore and Kochi, leading to the decline. Additionally, we also have observed some sluggishness in the discretionary spending following the third years of revenge tourism post-COVID. Despite these challenges, for the quarter, Hyderabad Park recorded highest ever revenue of 53 crores since its inception for Q1. This is again a testament to our team's very hard work and dedication. Furthermore, we also have expanded our F&B offerings, introducing new themed dining experiences to cater to diverse tastes. Our ARPU for the quarter stood at 1680, a growth of 3% YOY. The increase in ARPU was driven by mostly through non-ticket revenue, with encouraging response from walk-ins, groups, and all aspects of our customer base. The ticket prices were slightly muted. Growth was muted, mainly because we had to run a lot of extra offers to try and get back some of the footfalls we lost during the heat wave. I'm also excited to announce that we have officially commenced operations at our fourth park in Bhubaneswar. This remarkable new destination spans over 50 acres, and it's an inherently very beautiful place of Bhubaneswar. We've also this park is actually inspired by the region's rich history and vibrant culture. Beyond providing exceptional entertainment, we are also committed to making a positive impact on the local communities. This new development is set to create approximately 450 new jobs, which we have already filled, and particularly within the semi-skilled sector, thereby offering valuable livelihood prospects for the residents of that area. As for our Chennai project, our initial work has already started from last March onwards. We hope to operationalize this park in FY26, most likely December of 2025. We are also in talks with different state governments to set up new parks like Indore, Mohali, Noida, and Ahmedabad. As part of our expansion strategy, the board has also given us approval to explore fundraising options to support our project for the next 7-8 years. We are excited about all the opportunities that are coming our way to set up new parks. Looking ahead, we also have very optimistic outlook for future growth. We are confident that we should be able to, return back growth in our existing parks, and also looking forward to the new parks. So with this, I will conclude, and I hand over to the CFO for the numbers.
Thank you, Arun. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here for our Q1FY25 earnings call. I'm pleased to present a brief overview of our financial performance for the quarter. Our revenue from operations for Q1FY25 stood at rupees 172.9 crores as compared to 184.6 crores, reflecting a degrowth of 6% YOY. EBITDA for the quarter stood at 95.9 crores, down by 22% YOY. EBITDA margins for the quarter stood at 54%, degrew by 1,000 basis points YOY basis. Our adjusted EBITDA for the quarter stood at 101.8 crores, down by 17% YOY basis. The profit after tax for the quarter stood at 63.2 crores, degrew by 25% on YOY basis. And PAT margins for the quarter stood at 36%, 800 basis points degrowth on a YOY basis. Now moving to park-wise footfalls, our Bangalore park, we saw a footfall of 3.58 lakhs. The Kochi park received a footfall of 2.75 lakhs, and Hyderabad recorded 2.99 lakhs. Our new Bhubaneswar park saw a footfall of about 70,000. Looking ahead, we are excited about the endless opportunities and remain committed to continually setting higher standards and pushing the boundaries of excellence within the amusement park industry. With this, I now conclude my speech and open the forum for Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Karan Khanna from Ambit Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. So Arun, I had just a couple of questions. Firstly, if you think about the footfall decline that you've seen during the first quarter, in particular in Bangalore, almost 24% down YOY. So what's your outlook for the rest of the year? And given at the start of the year, you sounded confident about a sub 5%, sub 5% footfall growth and mid-teens kind of an ARPU growth. So do you think that given the trends that you're seeing in the month of July, potentially you'll see similar trends for the rest of the year as well, or there could be some slowdown on that on that bit?
Yeah, so it's hard to kind of predict footfalls in our business because it's completely dependent on people's ability to move and wanting to go out. So for example, this last quarter, what has happened is, during the beginning of the quarter, it was actually in March itself, there was a heat wave alert, and there was a lot of advisory saying don't go out, and then there was water shortage. So because of all this, we were also kind of we had to hold back some of our marketing also because that was the wrong time to say that you can come and enjoy and then the water park and stuff. So messaging wise also it was difficult. So these kind of challenges will happen, and actually the majority of the decline happened in April, and then May our decline in footfalls was actually lower, and then again June has been declined in some markets. So it's not the same in every park. So every park kind of behaves differently. This time obviously Bangalore has been hit by the worst, followed by Cochin, and Hyderabad didn't have much of an effect. It did have some effect, but not much of an effect. So we were able to get some footfall back. So my limited point is it's difficult to forecast how it's going to pan out. But if there are not too many adverse weather issues and some other anything that is adverse to travel and local travel, I think we should be okay. We are seeing some decline especially in Bangalore continuing until July also. But I think the rains also have been extremely strong, and I'm sure you all know this also in the rest of the country as well. So I think any kind of inclement weather will definitely see this kind of outings go down. There's only limited forecasting we can do on that. But if that is not the case, I think we should be able to track the numbers that we were confident about, and we should still be able to claw back some of the numbers at least before the year end.
Sure. My second question on the Odisha park, given you have seen about 2 months of operations for the park, how are the footfalls ending?
Friday.
Yeah, so I think June and the month of July for last couple of months the park has become operational. So how are the footfalls trending on a month-on-month basis? And in the last call, you indicated a ARPU of about 800 to 1,000 rupees for the park. Is that the trend for the rest of the year as well?
As of now, we are trending about 130% of footfalls in Orissa. But again, like I said, the first year is very difficult for us to predict, so it could go up and down. As of now, we are above this thing. Our ARPU is also higher. I think we are close to
1,300.
1,300 is our ARPU. I think we had predicted only at 800 odd, I think. But so our ARPU is better than what we had proposed. But yeah, these things will, it will take about a year and a half for it to kind of stabilize the new park.
Sure. And then last question, with the elections behind us, any update from your discussions with state governments regarding, future growth pipeline?
We are still awaiting. We will let you know.
All right. Thank you. I'll come back in with you. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next question is on the line of Himanshu Upadhyay from Buggle Rock Capital Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. My first question was, we have stated that Bhubaneswar has exceeded our expectations. So, and the expectations on the pricing front, we have already stated that they are better. But in terms of footfalls, how are they? And what would be the goal you would like to set to achieve in Bhubaneswar in next 2 years? Can it be like coping?
Yeah, we are expecting footfalls of roughly about 4.5 lakhs for the first year, and it should grow in double digits for the first 2 to 3 years. It should get to about 7-8 lakh visitors in about 4 or 5 years. That's what we are hoping to get.
Okay. And if you look at the population of Bhubaneswar and near about, it would be very similar to Kochi, okay? So still in 3 to 4 years, you think it will take more time to reach figures like Kochi?
It will take more time because I think Orissa is not as developed a state as Kerala is. So I think the demographics are slightly different. So I think we don't expect Bhubaneswar to perform as well as Kochi. Maybe it will be a tier 2 city. But at the same time, it will be profitable, and for us, it makes a lot of sense because it's for us. We've also invested less there, so it should be fine.
I was just getting curious because we are seeing that ARPU is something like 1,300, which is quite decent.
Because it's our first year, and we get early adopters who come to us. They will spend more. As time goes by, that ARPU might drop a little bit because people who come in the beginning, they're willing to spend more. It's too early to kind of put a number on that right now.
Okay. And one more thing, the board has given us an approval for a capital raise. So would you like to first raise capital and then start 2 or 3 parks, or you would like to first have land allotted and clarity and then would like to raise capital? Or how would be your...
We have 2 or 3 projects in the pipeline, so I think it's time for us to look at it. We'll keep you updated.
Okay. I'll join back in queue for further questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Parth Nakum from RK Bhojani and Associates. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My question was, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My question was regarding that I have read the outcome of board meeting of yesterday, which was about to raise the equity or debt or something fund for 7 to 8 years expansion plans regarding. My question was that how many parks we are going to open for these 7 to 8 years, or how much growth in revenue and EPS or cash flow can we expect for this 7 to 8 years period, and what is the expectation we can keep on the company?
We can't give you forward-looking EPS and revenue growth, but we'll tell you briefly what we are planning to do. Saji?
Yeah, so we are planning to add up another 5 parks into the kitty. Presently, we have about 4 parks operating, and then 1 park is under construction, which is Chennai. And then additionally, 5 more locations we are in discussion at various stages with various state governments. So we have kept about 6 to maximum up to 2030 or maybe another 1 or 2 years here and there. So that's what we kept about 6 to 7 years of cash flow requirement for expansion purpose.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Aditi Nawal from RSPN Ventures. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Congrats on the quarter. I just have a few questions. So, beginning with Odisha Park. So, the first question is that you mentioned that there's an ARPU of about 1,300 from the Odisha Park. So, could you give a early on split between what could be the ticketing versus the non-ticketing revenue?
About 35% of 1,300 comes from our non-ticketing revenue, the rest from the ticketing revenue.
Okay. And so exactly, so as the earlier participant had also asked, so this park seems very similar to the Kochi Park, except that it's in a tier 2 city. So what kind of footfall are you expecting, in the sense, is it the religious
I answered that question just now.
No, not in the terms of number.
Roughly about 4 to 4.5 lakh visitors.
No, I meant more in terms of qualitative, like, is it the religious tourism that we are expecting, or what kind of...
We are expecting people from within the state mostly, and maybe neighboring states.
Okay.
And people are coming for tourist activities and all that.
Got it. And next is on the Chennai Park. So I think in the last earnings call you had mentioned that the budget had been revised to about 500 odd crores. So are we in the line of that, or have we exceeded?
No further.
No further change, and the timelines are also intact.
Timelines, there is some delay. We were supposed to open in June 25, but I think that will get delayed to about December 25 or maybe Jan 26, something like that.
Okay, got it. That will be it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Natraj Shankar from DSP Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, the Odisha Park commencement, the upfront cost that you would have incurred during the quarter to start the operations, what could you sum it up? Is it possible to share that number? Because it would take some time, as you mentioned, the park to stabilize, but the cost is upfront, and I just want to understand the impact on EBITDA for that.
So the Bhubaneswar Park, we clocked a total revenue of about 9 crores. And then our EBITDA from this park alone, which is about almost like a break-even, about some 85 lakh is the total EBITDA from this park separately. The cost-wise, we will have about 1 crore of additional expenses towards the wages, and then about some 70-75 lakh of additional salary cost from this park. This basically is an operational cost for 38 days.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much.
And marketing, presently we have done a marketing spend of about 3.6 crores because it includes the launch expenses and all. So all put together about 11 crore is what the total expense is, including our depreciation cost. Depreciation is about 3 crores for this 2 months of operation, the 38 days of operation.
Thank you so much. That's very helpful.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Tushar Agarwal from Individual Investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. So, am I audible?
Yes.
So actually, I have a couple of questions. First, can you give me the number, our revenue breakup of group sales or the retail sales?
I think our revenue for Q1 is roughly 80% is retail and 20% is group sales.
So, are you planning to maintain this ratio, or is there going to be change in this ratio?
It changes every quarter. So right now it's 80-20, and then Q3 it will become 50-50, and Q4 it will become like 60-40. So it keeps changing every year, every quarter.
Okay. And so my second question is how it is. Okay. And so my second question is according to what is our competitive advantage? If we open our park in take in Rajasthan, and where the other local park is well imaged, well settled. So what is our competitive advantage for that?
I think we will be able to give a much better experience. The kind of rides and attractions we have will be of a higher caliber, and we will be come at a lower cost also. So I think. Also, we are not just an amusement park. We are not just a water park. We are an amusement park. So the way we do it, it's Wonderla does an amusement park. It's slightly different from other players, and I think it's more of a value offering. And so I think that's our USP.
Okay, sir. So can you have any data on repeated number of customers?
Sorry.
Repeated number of customers, like in the all mature.
It is roughly 50% for us.
50%.
Right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Krutika from Sher Khan by BNP Paribas. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. I have a couple of questions. Firstly, would be on the margins for the current quarter. So we have seen a sharp decline. So basically, that is mainly due to the operationalize of the Bhubaneswar Park, or are there any other factors due for that same?
So we have 2 exceptional items in this particular quarter. So one was our ESOP expenses, employee stock option expense was about 2 crores, and then the Bhubaneswar Park launch expenses were there. It was about 3.6 crores. This was a one-time expenses which is charged off to the P&L. Other than that, most of the expenses are general in nature. So there is no major additional exceptional expenses.
Okay, so the slide which mentions adjusted EBITDA, that is the EBITDA after adjusting these 2 items, the ESOP and the one time for Bhubaneswar, is it right?
Yes, it is about 6 crores, yeah.
Okay, that is. And so what will be the margin guidance for the coming quarters? We are expecting it to be lower for FY25, but if you have any specific guidance that you can give for the current year.
You can just take the previous history. We try to maintain with the same levels on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Quarter to quarter, there will be some shift in the EBITDA margins as well as in the PAT margins. So we will try our level best to maintain that. There could be some slightly changes considering the new parks coming in and all.
Right. Okay. Next is for the about the footfall growth. So that is also maintained for the old parks, expect to grow by around 5%. And the ARPU we had given guidance for around 10% growth. So that is maintained, or any revision in that?
The footfall growth this year, because we've lost some footfall in the Q1, we will try to kind of make up for the loss in the next 2 to 3 quarters, and we might end up in a similar kind of footfall number to the previous year, or maybe slight improvement also, but it's hard to predict at this point. ARPU growth, again, it depends on the footfall. If there is pressure on footfall, then we will definitely reduce pricing and we'll do more offers. But if the demand is higher, then obviously we will not do discounting. So it's hard to kind of predict how it will be. but we are not expecting huge ARPU growth because we might have to do some discounting.
Okay, all right.
We may not get 10-12%. We may get like 5-6% ARPU growth.
Okay, all right. That's it from my side for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Himanshu Upadhyay from Bugle Rock Capital Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for giving me another chance. See, my question was, in the previous calls, we have stated that we are focusing more on retail versus group, as retail is more profitable. But do you think if the footfalls are not increasing, we need to again focus more and more on group? And what percentage of revenue was group?
See, it depends on the quarter, So the first quarter, we don't really get much groups. Q3 and Q4 is when we get the maximum number of groups. So they will definitely be focused on groups, and we are also doing a lot of things to kind of improve that. But every quarter is different. Like, for example, like I said, Q1 is very low on groups. So, I mean, it's difficult to focus on a cohort which doesn't fire in that quarter. So we do it according to the demand that we see.
Okay, so the group business will be mainly Q3, Q4.
Yeah, always.
And one more thing, historically we used to give that state-wise footfalls for each of the theme parks. Okay, so are we till to pre-COVID? Okay, so are we back to those state-wise mix, or still the mix is narrow or near the theme park area?
It's changed over the years. I mean, every state-wise visitors. It keeps changing. So every quarter it will keep changing. But more or less the same. We get most of our people from the home market itself.
And from Bhubaneswar, do you expect nearby markets of West Bengal and all those? How is the connectivity?
Yeah, we are getting people from North Andhra Pradesh, and then some from South West Bengal, some from Chhattisgarh, etc. So 500-kilometer radius is our operating range, and that continues.
And the marketing means we have started that travel and tourism.
Yeah. We have a team in place and everything. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. As there are no further questions, I will now like to hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Thank you all for joining our Wonderla Q1FY25 earnings call. We hope to come back and see you guys again in the next quarter with better set of numbers. Until then, please take care.
On behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.